Hello everybody and welcome. In today's video, we are going to be going over the point plotting method, and we will be doing these three examples that you see on the screen here. Without further ado, let's get it. Example number 1, y equals 7 minus 3x. And whenever you are doing the point plotting method, all you're going to be doing is picking random values for this x here and solving the equation to get our solution point, and then we will plot those points and create our graph. So my random values that I am going to pick are going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now we are going to plug these x values into that equation and find our y value. So starting with 0, we have y is equal to 7 minus 3 times 0. Now 3 times 0 is 0, 7 minus 0 is 7. Therefore, our solution point is going to be 0, comma 7. On to the next one. X equals 1, so we are going to have y is equal to 7 minus 3 times 1. 3 times 1 is 3. 7 minus 3 is 4. So we will have 1 comma 4 as our next solution point. Next, x equals 2. Y is equal to 7 minus 3 times 2. 3 times 2 is 6. 7 minus 6 is 1. Therefore, we have 2 comma 1. Next up, we have x equals 3. Y is equal to 7 minus 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 7 minus 9 is negative 2. So we will have 3 comma negative 2. Next up, x equals 4. Y is equal to 7 minus 3 times 4. 3 times 4 is 12. 7 minus 12 is negative 5. So we are going to have 4 comma negative 5. All right, we have all of our solution points here. Now all we got to do is graph. The x values are going to go from left to right on the x-axis, and the y values are going to go up and down on the y-axis. So 0, comma 7 is going to be 0 on the x and 7 on the y, so you go up 7. Next is going to be 1, comma 4, which is right here. 2, comma 1 is right here. 3 comma negative 2, we have to go downwards now. And 4 comma negative 5 is going to be right here. Now, the hardest part, I would say, is trying to make a straight line that's connecting all of these dots here. So let's give it a shot. Like that. Okay, well, I failed that part. However, I'm sure your lines are better than mine, so it should look quite a bit better. And that is it for example number 1. Example number 2, let's get it. Y equals x squared minus 2. Whenever your x is raised to the second power here, what you want to do for your x values that you are going to pick randomly is include a couple negatives in there. So what I'm going to do is start off with negative 2, then go down negative 1, 0, 1, and 2. So let's plug those in. Y is equal to negative 2 squared minus 2. Negative 2 squared is going to be 4. 4 minus 2 is 2. So we will have negative 2 comma 2. Next up, negative 1. Y is equal to negative 1 squared minus 2. Negative 1 squared is 1. 1 minus 2 is negative 1. So we will have negative 1 comma negative 1. Next up, 0. Y is equal to 0 squared minus 2. 0 squared is 0. 0 minus 2 is negative 2. We are going to have 0 comma negative 2. Next, x equals 1. Y is equal to 1 squared minus 2. 1 squared is 1. 1 minus 2 is negative 1. We are going to have 1 comma negative 1. And last up to bat, x equals 2. So we have 2 squared minus 2. 2 squared is 4. 4 minus 2 is 2. We will have 2 comma 2. Now all we got to do is plot our points and connect the lines for our graph. So negative 2 and 2 is going to be up here. Negative 1, negative 1 is going to be here. 0, negative 2 is right there. 1 comma negative 1 is right here. And 2 comma 2 is up here. So let's try to connect these lines and try to keep the form that the points are giving us. So that is going to be our graph there. And example number 2 is complete. Example number 3, let's get it. So in this problem, we have a linear equation and a fraction in front of our x value. So what we want to do is pick x's that are a factor of 2 or a multiple of 2. That way it makes our math a little bit easier here. So my x's that I'm going to pick are negative 4, negative 2, 0, 2, and 4. And let's go ahead and start plugging these in here. Negative 4 minus 1. 1 half times negative 4 is negative 2. Negative 2 minus 1 is negative 3. So we got negative 4 comma negative 3. Next up is negative 2. So we got 1 half times negative 2 minus 1. Negative 1 minus 1 is negative 2. So we will have negative 2 comma negative 2. Next, x equals 0. 1 half times 0 minus 1 is going to give us negative 1. So 0 comma negative 1. Next up is 2. Y equals 1 half times 2 minus 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. So we are going to have 2 comma 0. And last up to bat is x equals 4. 1 half times 4 minus 1. That is going to give us 1. So we will have 4 comma 1 here. Now we have all of our solution points. Let's go ahead and plot them. Negative 4 comma negative 3 is going to be right here. Negative 2 comma negative 2 is right here. 0 comma negative 1 is right here. 2 comma 0 is going to be right here. And 4 comma 1 is right here. Now, hardest part, let's draw that straight line. Not too shabby. And that is your final answer.